Getting started. Well, we'll be starting at 8, but getting things all set up. We share this to a few pages, then we'll be all set. One down. All right, folks, we are getting there. Hope everyone had a good week. Looks like we'll be starting on time. Just always a plus. Share it to the Harrisville Haunted House. We'll share it to that Jack Shadow guy. And last but not least, we will share it. Look at this, we're still on time. Always pretty happy with myself when I'm able to accomplish that. So, all right. Now we'll close that up. So we don't hear an echo. And we'll open up the chat line here. Look at this. A minute to spare. All right. Let me put down my first chat of the night. Yeah. All right. So we're doing pretty good. All right, I think we're good to go. Okay, so as soon as we hit 8 o'clock, we're, let's see, can we see the old mummy display there that Tom got me, which I very much appreciate. All right, here we go. It is 8 o'clock, time for the pre-show. Hey everybody, it's Brian Hogue. Welcome to the Chiller Night pre-show. Today is Saturday, February 20th, 2021. And hope everybody had a good week. I am I'm having a pretty good day, pretty good week, so I can't complain. But David says, good evening. Champagne popped and poured. Cheers. Well, cheers to you, David. Hope you and Diana are having a good evening. Thanks for joining us. And let's see, what do we got here? What do we got? We hit the schedule already. Let's wait. Let's wait it out another minute. Kevin says, "Hello, Brian. Your classic horror mate, Kevin here." Hey, Kevin, how you doing tonight? Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Lasercorn says, "Good evening." Hey, all right. Thanks for joining us. Cassandra says, "Hi, everybody." Hi, Cassandra. Brian says, "Hi, all." Hey, Brian. Thanks for joining us. All right, from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until a few minutes shy of 9 p.m., I will talk about the upcoming Chiller Night programming on Stream TV beginning at 9 o'clock in just an hour. And that'll be on Stream TV. We'll be playing the Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat episodes throughout the evening from 9 p.m. until about 3:30 in the morning. And that is what we're going to be doing. So, all right, so how's everybody been? Did you have a good week? I think I did. I can't complain. How about you guys? Everything going well? I'm waiting for certain others to be on here, particularly John. As soon as I said your name, you popped up. All right, John's birthday was today. I actually have that down as a note to bring up. That's why I was saying I gotta wait for John. Someone out there is enjoying their birthdays. This is Chillin' Night Pre-Show, Brian Hogue. All right, thanks for joining us, John. Happy birthday to you, everybody. If you get a chance, wish John a happy birthday. I hope you had a great day. And thanks for joining us on your very special day. Humphrey says, first time here. Hi, everyone. Well, thanks for joining us, Humphrey. I appreciate that. It looks like you're on YouTube watching us. Very cool, very cool. For those that are new, we do have the multi-stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So as I can see your comments, you won't be able to see each other's if you're on your different, like, you know, YouTube can't see Facebook and vice versa. But I can see most of you. There's a few of you I can't see, unfortunately. David says, the week was a bit too snowy. Yeah, wasn't it though? John says, thanks in advance out there. Okay. And, all right, Cassandra's wishing John a happy birthday. Brad says it's a Chillin' Night Pre-Show with Brian Hogue, starring Brian Hogue. Now, here's Brian. What's on tonight, Brian? Well, I'll show you. All right, you guys all set? Here we go. Let's see what's coming up in about an hour. All right, at 9 p.m., Chiller Night Theater. Jack Shadow features The Ape with Boris Karloff. 11 p.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Aaron Madden. To those wrestling fans out there, you may know him as Luscious Rocky Reynolds, but he'll be joining me tonight, and this is one we've played in the past, where he talks about the haunted house that he and his police department put on. So this is from this is actually from 2 years ago, I believe it was. 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. Funny, that movie is has Basil Rathbone credited in it as like a big name, and he's only in there for several minutes. But hey, if you got a big name, you use it, right? 11:30, Chiller Chat. My guest is Kerry Haggard. Now, Kerry will be talking about his book Traveler, which is about the UFO crash in Aurora, Texas in the 1890s. And 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater, Track of the Moon Beast. So there you go. There you have it. And if you don't know where to watch that, go to streammedia.tv. Streammedia.tv. You can watch it on their site, or you can watch it on, you can scroll down, connect to their Roku channel. That's what I do. I prefer it that way because I like watching the shows, the programming on the Roku TV. I spend enough time looking at a computer screen throughout the week, you know, so I like to see things on a bigger screen when I get the chance. Jason says, The Ape. I know. Carrie says, whoever still needs a COVID-19 shot, I'm giving my place in line. Okay. All right, well, there you have it. Any takers on that? We'll leave that up to you. Laser Corn says, no glam tonight? Ah, that's a good question. The two people that I cannot see leaving comments are Glam Fangs and Tom Paisley. So, I'll never know if they're there unless one of you are referring to one of their comments, but I hope she does get a chance to join us. All right, Kevin says, Brian, there was a famous horror writer from England named Guy N. Smith. You might have heard tell of him and read his books. Here's some of his books: Werewolf by Moonlight, The Camp, and The Island. The titles sound familiar. I can't say that I've read any of his books, but thanks for sharing that information. If anybody's interested in looking that up and maybe reading some of Guy N. Smith's books, there you have it. There's 3 titles right there that Kevin's given to us. Thank you, Kevin. Laser Corn says, Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night. That sound reminds me of the old Marvel Comics comic book. Werewolf by Moonlight. Neat title. They're both neat titles. Cool. All right, folks. Well, there you have it, and there's a schedule. And, of course, Chiller Night Theater. That again, that's the show coming up at 9 o'clock. There, of course, it is hosted by Jack Shadow, and it features Aura the Witch and Elle Von Nocht on some of those episodes as well, assisting Jack Shadow as he features the movie. So he will be your horror host later on tonight. And then, I don't know if Dale's with us. Dale, are you on here? Are you joining us? Are you with us? Dale Baltzer. I bring it up. I'll wait a few seconds. I know there's a delay. But for those of you who may not be aware, might be your first time watching this, like I think Lasercorn, I believe you said it was, but okay. What do you say? Oh, Lasercorn says, I'm a huge Moon Knight fan, Kevin. Okay, cool. I saw Werewolf by and actually got totally carried away. Moon Knight. All right. I hear they're making I don't know if it's going to be a very brief or a short series, but I'm looking forward to that if the Disney Plus channel actually does that. Be curious to watch the Moon Knight series. Jason says, Aura the Witch, excellent comic relief on the Jack Shadow shows. Yeah. We have a lot of fun doing that. We've been doing that show together for, well, since 2008. Ava has appeared as Aura the Witch all the way back then when I first started this show up. So, all right. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. All right. Well, on Thursday nights, every Thursday night on the Chiller Night Facebook group page, Chiller Night Facebook group page. Remember that. Now it's just Chiller Night. Not Chiller Night Theater, not Chiller Chat. Chiller Night Facebook group page every Thursday night at 8 p.m. have I driven the point home enough? Okay. Because I get confused. But every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a watch party. Now Dale Baltzer is one of our viewers who actually puts that on every Thursday night. And he, I don't know if you're there. I normally let him come on here, or he comes on and announces the movie for Thursday night. So we'll see if Dale's on there. If not, we'll just go right ahead. And that'll be for this coming Thursday on February 25th. This coming Thursday, February 25th. Dale, you with us? Going once, going twice. Lasercorn says, yep, Disney Plus is finally doing a series on Moon Knight. It would be really cool to see Moon Knight in live action. You know, I'm really, really looking forward to that. David says, the Ape was filmed by Monogram Pictures in 1 week in 1940. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that. Or if I did, or if Jack Shadow mentions that, I gotta admit, I forgot, you know, if I did know that, so that's neat to know. It was pretty amazing, you know, when you think of, you know, a motion picture, you know, the crews and the caterers and everybody involved in that, and they got it all done in 1 week, so that's kind of neat. Lasercorn says, so I've decided to rid myself of my angry persona. I'm no longer... We have somebody in disguise. The angry Pennsylvania. I am now the mighty, the Lasercorn. All right, well, good to have you. What did you say? It was your first time? Maybe your first time under your new identity. All right. Lasercorn says, God, I am so ashamed of myself right now. As well you should be. Oh, you fibbed. That's funny. Adam says, Chiller Night Theater's intro music is so dope. I love it. All right, awesome. Thanks, Adam. Look at this guy, huh? Kevin says, right now, Brian, I'm watching Poltergeist. The 1982 version. Awesome. And it's 1:10 a.m. here in Ireland. That's cool. That's a great movie. That's a great movie. I love the original Poltergeist. Paul says, how's everyone doing tonight there? Good, I hope. We're doing real good. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing good. I guess I can't speak on your all behalf, but hope you're doing well. But yeah, I'm doing really good. John says, all praise the mighty laser corn. That's funny. Well, it does sound, I mean, it does sound a lot more positive than the angry Pennsylvanian, but, you know, to each his own. Lasercorn says, however, for this gathering, Lasercorn is much more appropriate than some angry middle-aged white dude. All right. That may well be, but all are welcome, regardless of your current mood or state you happen to live in, or Commonwealth, I should say. All right. Now listen. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead. Dale, if you are... Michelle's waving with a giant cartoon glove from the grave. All right, thanks, Michelle. All right, Lasercorn says Glam. All right, so Glam must be with us. Well, welcome, Glam. I hope you are indeed with us. Here we go. Getting ready, building it up a bit. We don't want to just say the name of the movie. We want to, you know, build up to that. You know, we'll take this stuff lightly, you know. So here we go. The movie for this coming Thursday for the watch party, February 25th, will be, there you have it, One Dark Night from 1983. One Night, One Dark Night. 3 words, I screwed that up. Okay, One Dark Night from 1983. There you have it. I hope you get a chance to join the others. Join Dale Thursday night on the Chiller Night Facebook group page to watch One Dark Night. Will be the watch party coming up this week. So thank you, Dale, for picking that out. That's why Dale does all of it. I mean, he totally, the only part I do is here I put this up. You know, I mean, he's taken that on and he does all of that. So he picks the movie and, you know, he sends me the, you know, he sends me what movie he's doing, you know, on Saturdays, and I announce it here to you. So hope you get a chance to check it out. All right, One Dark Night. Pretty cool looking picture there. All right. Raymond says, Brian, Raymond, thanks for joining us. Raymond says the execution. I know that firing squad sound. It's kind of intimidating. Michael says, who directed that original Poltergeist again? Wasn't that Steven Spielberg? I believe it was, yeah, Steven Spielberg. Okay. Wasn't it? Oh, David says Tobe Hooper. All right, I didn't know that. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking Steven Spielberg, but David says Tobe Hooper. Okay. Which was the director there for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I believe. Paul says, we are, well, going back to, am I right on that? Why am I having a brain freeze about that, about Tobe Hooper? I think I'm right about that. Doesn't mean I am, but we're going well back to last week. Crispin Glover mentioned science fiction theater in Back to the Future Part 1. Really? So they had a science fiction theater as well. Okay. Must have been like a common, you know, like chiller, no, I can't even say chiller theater, shock theater or fright theater, I don't know. Probably a common name back in the day. Raymond says, hi, Glam. Glam? Adam says, looks horrific. Michael says, I thought so. Thanks for confirming it, David. Okay, well, David and Michael, you're right in it being Tobe Hooper, I guess so. Paul says, how are you, Glam? Good, I hope. Yes, we hope so. And let's see, we've covered the watch party, the schedule. We've announced that it was John's birthday today, so once again, happy birthday, John. If you jumped on afterwards, it is John Soto's birthday today, and had quite a week this week, didn't we? Mars rover successfully landed. I mean, that's always a reason to celebrate. I think that's fascinating that we are sending those to a different planet. And what's neat about this one is this will be the first time. The plan is, unless they've already done it, and I'm not aware of the update, but they actually have a craft, like a helicopter type of vehicle that they're going to be sending up and about, you know, remotely from the rover. So that's really cool. First time, obviously, that we've ever done that on a different planet. You know, so I think that's awesome. So I don't know about you guys. I get excited about stuff like that. So, oh, Jason said Steven Spielberg produced Poltergeist. Okay, Texas Chainsaw was a classic, but Life Force was eye-opening. I remember seeing that. I figured I knew Steven Spielberg was involved in Poltergeist. I just didn't remember how, but so that's cool. Life Force, yeah. I haven't seen that since the early 90s or whenever it came out. Michael says, a bit too bloody for Steven's taste, I think. Yeah, it might be. It might be. I don't know. Steven kind of pushed the limits there. You know, because of him, we have the PG-13 rating because of Gremlins and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. As far as I'm aware, those two are what kind of pushed that rating over the fence line to become known as PG-13 with the exploding gremlins and the gore there. And with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the part where that high priest of Shiva reaches in and pulls out the victim's heart, and then they lower him into the burning lava pit. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, both movies of which I very much enjoyed. Let's see. Jason says, oh, wait a minute. Laser, before that one, Laser Corn says, oh, I nearly forgot. Your medal mission tonight, should you choose to accept it, is Lost Keys / Rosetta Stone by Tool. Right, the group is Tool. And the medal mission for tonight is Lost Keys / Rosetta Stone. Is anybody accepting these missions? I gotta admit, I never look them up. But if anybody out there is doing that, please let me know. I'd love to know what your opinion is on that. So keep them coming, Lasercorn. If no one has done it by now, someone's going to. You just gotta keep pushing it. Gotta keep pushing it. I'm rooting for you. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Jason says Life Force was also directed by Tobe Hooper. He did Body Parts too. Okay, that's why you brought up Life Force. Gotcha. All right. I figured there had to be some connection there, but I didn't know what it was. But that's neat. All right. Raymond says, did you see that picture with Senator Sanders sitting on Mars? Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, somebody posted that, and they had him sitting there with a little blanket and mask. All right. I knew it. Adam says, Ingenuity. I can't wait. Should happen soon. It's charging right now. The little helicopter craft. I wonder if they're going to show Adam, do you know? Are they going to show that live, remotely, or like? I don't know. I'd be curious to see that. Beyond curious, actually. That's like immensely historic. Jason said the Martians are probably getting concerned about the increasing traffic on the planet. Yeah, probably. Who's our new neighbors here? You know, what's going on here? A bit intrusive, you know. Lasercorn says a true story based on a guy's psych ward who is convinced the Earth is going to be annihilated by aliens. Great song, but definitely not safe for work or kiddos. Okay. point, point well received. All right, so there you have it. There's a little story behind it. Paul says, Marty McFly played Darth Vader and told Glover to ask Leah Thompson out. I do. I vaguely remember that. Now, again, I haven't seen that movie since Back to the Future. I don't even know. It was probably sometime in the 2000s, because I know Ava likes those movies, and I seem to recall many years ago watching all three of those with her. So Jason says, Life Force is not for the younger audiences. All right. All right. Heed that warning, all, and abide by those ratings. So, let's see. Craig says hi. Oh, hey, Craig. Thanks for joining us. Trying to catch where I was at here. Lasercorn says, wait, John has a birthday? John does have a birthday. He has it every year, once a year. Once, only a year. And it's... It is today. It is today. Yes. Yes, today is John's birthday. So if you get a chance, wish him a happy birthday. Because I don't know if John's still with us. I hope he's still with us. John, you still there? Or maybe he's out celebrating the rest of his birthday. I don't know. It's nice of him to stop in and say hi, though. Adam says, I would think so. Yes, it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we'd think that would be transmitted live. Michael says, Marvin the Martian is not going to be a happy camper. No. Oh, John's still here, he says. Okay. No, Marvin's probably not going to be too happy. He probably wanted to be the one coming here instead of us vice versa. But John says he's still here. Okay, cool. Very cool. All right. So, hey, I wanted to let you guys know this coming Tuesday. Remember last week, I had Sean Kelly from the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society on Chiller Chat. We did that episode live on Tuesday. Now that episode there that we did will be next Saturday's featured Chiller Chat at 11 p.m. All right. Now getting back on track, this coming Tuesday, on the 23rd, my guest will be Deanna Marie. And Deanna will be talking about she was an eyewitness to a chupacabra. She wanted to come on the show and talk about that. And she was one of the viewers who was watching with Sean Kelly with the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. So there you have it. We'll be talking with Deanna Marie this coming Tuesday on February 23rd. And if you're wondering how, if you're new here, if you're wondering how you can watch that, just like you're doing right now. It's the same thing. It's multi-stream. It's live. It's unedited. You're welcome to chat your questions or comments to the guests, and I will read them. And then the show will be, edited up, nice little package, sent off to Stream TV, and then it will be featured for the first time on Stream TV later that week or the next week. But I'll be telling you all the dates and giving you the schedule. So I thought that was kind of neat. She has actually mentioned that to me before, and wanted to give her an opportunity to come on and talk about her experience there, as well as, if you have experiences like that, or if you know of anybody who's seen something out of the ordinary, by which I mean UFOs, Bigfoots, chupacabra, that's a good example, or anything else that's like I say, just out of the ordinary, that we consider to be paranormal, supernatural, or highly technically advanced, to where we know or are reasonably sure that it's not coming from us, Send them my way if you'd like, and we'll see if they can get on the show. So, and Adam, I got to thank you for sending folks my way, and we're gonna have I've got guests lining up right now to be featured on upcoming weeks and on Chiller Chat. So it's really cool. I'm actually writing out a little schedule. You know, that's really cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Filling up dates on Chiller Chats, upcoming Chiller Chats. So that's kind of exciting. Looking forward to that. All right. Michael says, "Happy birthday, John." And Paul says, "Patrick Stewart was in Life Force." I do remember that, yeah. And John says, "Hard to tell the fire department that it's only my cake and not the house on fire." Yeah. Maybe give them a call in advance, huh? Let them know. Craig says, replying to Craig, "Cassandra Blue, hi." I don't know why I wrote it like that. Craig replying to Craig. Let's see. Facebook does things kind of funny every once in a while. Lasercorn says, "That's Sir Patrick." Oh, Paul, that's right. The Sir Patrick. Adam says, "What's your favorite sci-fi original movie?" Sci-fi original movie. Are you talking about on the Sci-Fi Channel that they've had on that channel, the original movie, or are you just talking about original science fiction movies, not the remakes? If that's what you're talking about, gosh, I gotta think about that one. Wow, I think that's probably what you're talking about. My favorite sci-fi original movie. Well, I'll tell you right off the bat. Okay, and it's more categorized as, now this is going away from the purest horror and science fiction fans, perhaps, as far as Chiller is concerned, but my favorite that made the biggest impact on me has got to be Star Wars. Whether you consider that science fiction or space fantasy, I'm going to say Star Wars. Believe it or not, I'm actually, now I know you're asking specifically about movie, but you know, for all the talk I do on Star Wars, I'm a big Trekkie nerd too. I love Star Trek, the original series. So, original series, Next Generation, you know, enjoy it, but the original series, I love it. So, but that might not be what some of you might have been expecting. Like, there have been some fantastic science fiction movies from back in the day, or I guess from any era. I guess if you're asking just favorite, you know, all-encompassing question there, mine's got to be Star Wars. It made the most impact on me. Paul says, "That is right. Thank you." About the Sir. Let's see. Brad says, "Okay, I'm back." All right. Thanks for joining us again. Adam says, "I got you, Brian. The hunt continues." Now, about the bands. Hey, Adam, I listened to those bands. They're all three. I liked all three of them. There's two that really stood out over the other one. Although I thought all three were good. The only thing about bands is I gotta space them out. You know, I really gotta space them out. But I'll get with them about that, you know, about the spacing out, and say, hey, you know, how can we make this work? But all three from Pittsburgh, from what I saw or what I understood, so that's really cool. Because I don't think, yeah, I'll get with them about that though, about spacing it out. Like, when, you know, can we have you on in March? Can we have you on in April? That way, I'm not doing bands every week. But that's a cool idea, you know, to have bands on the show. So, because if they have a video, we can play their video right there during the show, as long as it's not copyrighted material. If it's their own original material, we can do that. Oh, Adam did say yes, the Sci-Fi Channel. There was one, it was more of a series, I'll be honest with you, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was back in the early 2000s, talking maybe 2002, maybe 2003. It might have been 2003. Trying to remember the name of it. It was all about UFOs, and who was on it that I might know of? None of the actors I remember. Heather Donahue was in it. Was not a movie. It was a series. let's see here. I'm gonna look it up. It's rare that I get on here and look things up, but it's kind of it. I'd actually recommend watching it if you get a chance. It was really good. Let's see here. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, let's see. Movies or TV shows. Wonder what that would be under. TV shows, maybe? Nope, none. Heather Donahue. Hopefully I'm going to find this very, very quick, so I'm not... Okay, all right. Not on here, is it? No. Well, there we go. I don't know. It was a... That can't be. Why wouldn't they have her in here? Why would they have her show in here? This isn't right. Now listen. Okay. Okay, well, I can't find... Oh, television, maybe. Taken! It was called Taken. Back in 2002. And it was 5... Is it 5 episodes? I don't know. I don't know how many episodes it was. But it's well worth it. If you can look that up, you can search on Roku or something. Check it out. Taken from 2002. I thought it was a really neat mini-series. It was a mini-series. So, all right. Let's see here. Other than that, I'd have to say the Sharknado. Oh, Paul. We can't forget Sharknado. Yeah. I am not ashamed of that. I think those are just big, dumb, fun movies. I do love Sharknado movies. Haven't seen them all because I'm a little tough to sit there. But I do. I have fun when I'm in that right mood, you know. Lasercorn says, oh, speaking of old Sci-Fi Channel movies or shows, ... Leading, oh, okay, does anyone remember Lex and Farscape? I remember Farscape. I've never watched it, but I do remember seeing that being advertised. David says, replying to Michael, what about Planet of the Apes? As far as... I missed the question, but maybe, or what it was in reference to, perhaps, but Michael, maybe he'll see that and respond, or maybe he has already, and I'm just that far behind. Paul says, happy birthday, John. Raymond says, Tom! All right, Tom's with us. All right, welcome, Tom. And that could have been several minutes ago. Let's see, Brad says, the thing is, when I watch a TV show like The Mandalorian, I get so addicted with it. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I can see where you'd get addicted to that one. Myself included. Lasercorn says, John, where you at, dog? Yeah, is John still with us? All right, maybe he's eating cake and ice cream. Raymond says, who played the redhead in Lexus? Now that one I can't help with, because I've never seen that show. Adam says, ever seen Mortuary? I could have sworn it was a Sci-Fi original. Yes, pretty dang good. No, I've never seen that one. I think I've ever seen that. Paul says, do you mean V? No, I loved V. Back in the 80s, they had of course, the mini-series. I think they had 2 mini-series, and then they had a weekly series. Of which I have all that stuff here somewhere in the house on DVDs, but that was something different. That was back in the 80s, unless you're talking about the remake. But the original stuff was back in the 80s with V. But this was back in 2002. The show I was show I was referring to is Taken. Unless you're asking that of somebody else there. Let's see. Let me catch up a little bit, and I apologize if I'm skipping over. Mary says, I love Sharknado. Huh? So I'm not alone, huh? Sharknado. Raymond says, I watched Taken. I enjoyed that. I thought that was really neat. I watched it when it came on. I haven't seen it since. So it's been going on almost 20 years, 19 years now. but I recall that being very entertaining. I very much enjoyed that. Michael says, yes, I remember Farscape. Paul says, I really started drinking heavily after the movie. Which one? Which movie? Oh, let's see. I'm going back. All right. Well, I don't know if that's if that was a. I don't know. Well, I wouldn't watch that movie again then if it got you heavily drinking. Let's see. Lasercorn says Taken was a good one, Raymond. Now that's a different Taken than the one with Liam Neeson. Just to let you know, this was a show about UFOs. I don't know if anyone's. Lasercorn says that's awesome, Tom. John says I loved watching the Lex. I didn't see that. And Space Above and Beyond. That's another one I didn't see. I really didn't watch I watched the Sci-Fi Channel quite a bit back. Well, I guess almost 20 years ago is when I watched it regularly, because I thought it was just so cool that there was just a channel for that. Lasercorn says I could write, I just don't have the attention span. I can relate. I can relate to that. I get so many ideas, and I just I don't know. Is it the attention span issue, or just diversions? Like, as far as like I throw like maybe half a dozen things here. Which one do I do? Start working on this, but I know I got to do this by this time. So I don't know. I wish I had. I wish I had a good solution for that. But I hear you. Michael says, I saw that about Planet of the Apes question, but I thought it was directed to you about favorite sci-fi movies. Oh, if that was for me, then I would have to say I mean, as far as classic sci-fi, yeah, that was a big movie for me. But then when Star Wars came, that was just like getting hit with a I like, what was that? Yeah. So the Planet of the Apes was great, fantastic, and I watched the other movies. After that, Beneath Planet of the Apes, Escape from Planet of the Apes, and all that. But then they had this series. I watched that every week. Remember that? Does anybody remember that? They had the series, a live-action series, and they also had a strange, kind of bizarre animated series. I don't know if most of you remember that, but it was set in kind of a different, I guess, parallel universe to the movies Planet of the Apes, because they had. We see them riding their horses and stuff like that, but this one actually had aircraft. They had airplanes, they had vehicles, jeeps and trucks and stuff like that. So, unless that stuff was going on in a different part of the planet, I mean, who knows? I don't know if that was ever explained, but let's see. Paul says the last Sharknado. Have they finished that line, that franchise? That would be sad. Raymond says, that is sad about your roommate, but it's neat to know of a writer of Lex. Oh, maybe that's something from Glam or Tom, because I haven't, maybe not. Maybe I just missed somebody's, because I had to skip over some to try to catch up a little bit. Let's see. Mark B says, first time here. Hiya, Tom. Oh, hey, Mark. Thanks for joining us. Glad you're here. Paul says 15 minutes of group time with Uncle Dave. What? Oh, my gosh. Wow. I got to tell you, this, Lasercorn says, Brian, I noticed you're not coughing tonight. That's awesome. Yes. Thank you. I do have the cough drops on standby just in case. I haven't coughed all day. Yeah, I am getting better at that, so I appreciate that. Yeah, it is getting a little easier. They have a few little flare-ups, but they are far in between and few. Let's see. Mark B says animated series. Absolutely. Remember that? That Al says Planet of the Apes 1968 is the best. Yeah, it was. There's no remake that can match that. John says, you mean when Sci-Fi Channel was cool, when they showed anime and the Jerry Anderson shows like UFO and Super Mario? Yeah, that may very well be the case, because like I said, I haven't watched it like really in almost 20 years, I'm guessing. That seems like such a long time to say that, but I guess, yeah, I don't think that's not really one of my I don't really watch it that much. I, I don't have a really good reason for it, other than, like I said, when it was, quite a while ago, I thought it was so super cool. Let's see. Mark says Mego's Planet of the Apes Treehouse was an amazing toy. Yeah, I remember. And they also had the Forbidden Zone. Remember the play set, the Forbidden Zone? They had like the the little net underneath that little archway, and they had a little net, and on a thing on the inside, you push that, and your action figure could get caught up in the net, trapped in the Forbidden Zone on the Planet of the Apes. But I used to have all those characters too. Let's see. David says, replying to Michael, Logan's Run came out the year before Star Wars. Oh yeah, Logan's Run. Yeah, don't. What they only had, they could only live up to the age of 30. Then anything after that, they had to be dealt with. Something along that line. That's one I haven't seen forever either. Brad says, when I do get too addicted to the streaming service original programming, I forget what I supposed to normally watch on regular or cable TV schedule, like a sporting event or pro wrestling, especially WWE. You get so easily distracted. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, over this last year, when you were certainly limited on physical activities or going out to places that you were normally accustomed to going and spending your time, I guess we all kind of got used to, or at least, I don't know about all of us, I can't speak on your behalf, but I know with me, like, I picked up watching more TV than I usually do. I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but I've got to say that became something I did a little bit more than I used to. So, plenty of options out there, huh? David says, I think the best sci-fi movie after Star Wars was Blade Runner. Yeah, I like the first, Blade Runner, directed by Ridley Scott, of course. Then they had that one just recently, the second Blade Runner. It wasn't a bad movie, but there's something about that the original, I don't know. Maybe it's because you kind of grew up with the film, or at least with me, that you don't ever really quite get that again. But that was a neat look and feel, the whole movie with Blade Runner. Paul Lynch says, "Be safe, everyone. See you next week. Same bat time, bat channel." Is it that time? Oh, I got 14 minutes left, but maybe Paul has to go. And if you do, thanks for joining us tonight, Paul, and I hope to see you Tuesday. I hope you can join us for Chiller Chat when we're talking to Deanna Marie about the Chupacabra. Mark says, I do remember that. The net brought it all back to me. Remember that? The Forbidden Zone. Al says, I had that Apes playset. Yeah, that was awesome. I had all that stuff. Well, not all of it, but I had quite a bit of it. Enough to keep me entertained and my imagination constantly stirring as a child. Mark B says, bye, Tom. Oh, is Tom leaving us? Well, Tom, if you're still on, see ya. Thanks for joining us tonight. I really, really wish I could see your comments as well as Glam Fang. Raymond says, Brian, I made a mistake. I did not watch Taken, although I remember it. I was thinking about the two-night movie Invasion. Oh, now now I don't know of that one. I'll have to look that one up. Now let me ask, was that one that was back years ago, like maybe almost 20 years ago? Did they come out in that time era, or was that a newer one? So we'll see about that. Mark says, yeah, I read it incorrectly. TP. I'm sorry, Mark, I don't think. Yeah, I read it incorrectly. Probably Tom Paisley. That makes it takes a few seconds to register sometimes. David says, replying to Michael, 20th Century Fox counted on Damnation Alley as their big money maker in 1977 instead of Star Wars. Honestly, I think everybody was surprised at, I'm talking about the people who made it, as well as the studio. Like, I think everybody was very, obviously pleasantly surprised, but I think that they were really overwhelmed with, I think the whole world was overwhelmed with Star Wars back at, it was, if you were back then, a kid, especially a kid back then, and you saw it then for the first time, that was quite an experience. I mean, it really was. We're so used to the awe and the wonder on the screen that I've got to say that I don't know that I've ever seen that kind of experience from a movie since. What would it be? What came close? I don't know. Titanic, maybe. That didn't interest me as much as Star Wars, but I don't know. All I know is I loved it. Let's see. John says, you have been watching Chiller Night Theater Chiller Chat with Brian Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand reminding you to have a good weekend and tell John to save me a slice or two of cake. It's super yummy. Yes, John, be sure to share some birthday cake and ice cream with Crozak the Grand. So thanks to John and Crozak. Paul says, I'll be there. I love you. All right. Well, hope to see you there. Like I said, the Chiller Chats on Tuesday, I'm getting them lined up, folks. So look for those to be a regular thing. One thing I wanted to ask you guys. Hopefully you're all still here. Maybe we've lost a few due to getting a little closer to 9. But let me ask you. I'm going to be asking this question here within the next few weeks, and I should have done this earlier, but Chiller Chat on Tuesday nights when I'm talking to the guests, it's a 30-minute show. Should I keep it 30 minutes because that's what I've had it as, or should I go an hour with that? You tell me. You guys. You watch it. You're who I'm doing this for. So you tell me what you'd like. I'm comfortable with the 30 minutes, although I do find myself rushing, just because I'm used to doing this for an hour every Saturday night, and then Tuesday I find myself rushing to get through. And that's okay. That's fine. It's a show. It's a program. So, if that's what I got to do, it's what I got to do. And I don't have a problem with that. But if anyone is interested in having it be a longer episode, let me know. Because I was thinking of ideas to make it more podcast-like, with some things I can be playing and, maybe some old movie trailers and stuff like that. I don't know. But just let me know if you like the 30 minutes, because on Saturday nights when this is playing, I think about this. I think of the bracket of television that is going on at that time. You got Chiller Night Theater, you got Chiller Chat, and then right at 11:30 you got another Chiller Night Theater. And I'll put the schedule up now that I'm remembering that. But just let me know if that's something that you like it at 30 minutes and you're comfortable with that. That's not a problem. I've been doing that for years. I can just keep it that way. If you'd like me to change things up a little bit, I can do that also. So you tell me. And speaking of that, let me put the schedule up again. 9 o'clock. That's coming up in less than 10 minutes, about 8 minutes or so. Chiller Night Theater. Jack Shadow features The Ape. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Aaron Madden. also known as Luscious Rocky Reynolds. And in the professional wrestling world, 11:30 p.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. 1:30 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Kerry Haggard, who will be talking about his book, Traveler, about the UFO crash in Aurora, Texas in the 1890s. And 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Track of the Moon Beast. All right, and if you're new, you don't know where to find that, right there, streammedia.tv, streammedia.tv. Type that in, go to that site, and you can either watch it there on that site, or you can scroll down to the side. You'll see it very clearly, plain as day.
My apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
I am not talking to you. Don't you talk to me like that. But scroll down the side, you'll see. That was very rude, wasn't it? Roku, and you can click on that, get your code, and connect to Roku. So you have a couple different ways. And if you're in the Franklin Oil City area, you can watch it right on your TV screen. So there you go. There you go. Local television. Let's see. Let's see. I've got to. My dad. Mary says my dad, as Keats, took me to Star Wars movies. Oh yeah, did you, I remember in 77, it was the summer of 77, it wasn't May, it was probably in July. I actually seem to recall it being in August, but it could have been July or August. But I saw Star Wars in 1977 at the Drake Theater in Oil City, Pennsylvania. And it just, I don't know how to describe that experience, especially to a younger kid today. Like, I don't know how I would describe that being such a big deal, at least at that age, in that age bracket. I was 9 at the time, so just floored me. It really did. Was I 9? One day, yeah, 77. Yeah, I was 9. Michael says, yeah, I was 13 when I saw the original Star Wars. Just amazing time of my youth, for sure, along with the arcade video games like Space Invaders. What a combo. That's funny you would say that, because, yeah, that's like my favorite game, just for nostalgic sake. I love Space Invaders, and I remember playing that for the first time, and it was in a bowling alley in Titusville, Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's where I first saw Space Invaders, and I was so amazed by that. You mean this thing is moving that? And, just the whole concept of a video game was amazing to me. I'd like to someday have my own floor, stand-up model of the old 80s arcade games. I guess it's 70s. It was really in the 70s that came out, I think. Jason says, one interesting... it's 5-2. Oh, we got time. We mustn't wish our life away, nor the night. So we've got a few minutes. Here we go. Jason says, one interesting factoid. The Star Trek animated series was the first to give Kirk his middle name, Tiberius. It was never mentioned in the original series, but later mentioned in the movie. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Another thing that the animated series gave us, that was the holodeck. The idea of the holodeck. That was later shown in the Next Generation, but they actually had an episode where they had one on the Enterprise in the old original series. So I thought that was kind of neat too. Yeah. Had all the original actors' voices. Well, most of them. There was a few who were not participating there. Let's see. David says, second glass of champagne. Cheers. All right. Paul says, make it 1 hour. Very awesome. For Chiller Chat. Okay. Lasercorn says, how about 45 minutes for Chiller Chat, Brian? Maybe. I would, just for scheduling wise, it's a little easier if I get either a 30 to 60 minute increment, when it comes to that type of thing. So, 45 would be kind of comfortable, you know. But for scheduling, I think Raymond says keep it 30 minutes, okay? Because and the only thing is, you know, when you're watching movies, when you're in that mindset to watch movies, Chiller Chat is when now you're watching an entirely different type of show, and then you go back to the movie, you know. And that's kind of where I'm at with this. Is I want to be sure that you kind of stay in that mood to watch the Chiller Saturday night movie and not get so distracted or way off course. 30 minutes, that's not a long time, and you know, it might be interesting enough, and then go back to the Chiller movie. And that's kind of my mindset about it, you know. I'm back and forth with it, which is why I wanted to ask you guys. So that I appreciate the input there. John says, no worries, Crozak. I have plenty of cake for him, John says. The freeloader, stay chilled. Keep thrilled and watch Chiller Night Theater on your local Roku systems. Thank you for the birthday wishes. See you next week. A year older. Now I'm suddenly super sad. Oh, you must celebrate this new chapter, this new year in your life. So thank you for joining us, John. And happiest of birthdays to you. Laser Quinn says, I need to quit my side job so I can stay up for Chiller Night Theater. Oh, it's 8:58. Oh my gosh, look at this. Wow, you guys. Jason says the Drake Theater in Oil City was an amazing theater. I know, it was. It really, really was. Just that old looking theater. I mean, a true theater, you know. From the I wonder when that was built. It was back in the days when they had the band pit, and you know, the stage, of course, for live theater, and then it was converted into a movie theater much later. Let's see. Okay. Brad says, Chiller Night Theater is coming. Get your Rokus ready. Yes, it is 8:59, folks. So I will put a cap on it tonight. Thank you. I'm sorry for some of the comments that I wasn't able to get to, but thank you guys. Again, for joining me and joining each other for another week for the Chiller Night Theater pre-show. Please join me Tuesday for Chiller Chat. Ask your questions, leave your comments for Deanna as she talks about her experience with the Chupacabra. And join Dale on Thursday night, 8 p.m. on the Chiller Night Facebook group page for the watch party. And I will see you guys then. And if not, I'll see you next week. So have a good night.